Prior to your research trip, you'll want to prepare a kit for casting tracks. You'll need a mixing bucket, plaster of Paris, and rubber gloves, all of which can be purchased from your local hardware store. You also need to take a bottle of water. If you're going to be using plaster frequently, you'll also want to pick up a mask to avoid breathing into dust. This can be harmful to you. With your water in a mixing bucket, start sifting the plaster in slowly. Sifting it will allow the plaster to absorb the water without clumping up. I have found that approximately 40 ounces of water is good for a large-sized footprint. Continue to add plaster until you have a small island built up in the center of the bucket. Allow this to sit for about a minute before you begin to mix. To mix, use your hand to stir the plaster around, being gentle not to cause too many air bubbles. Use your fingers to make sure you get out all the lumps of plaster that are in the mix. You'll want to achieve a consistency that's not too runny or too thick. Due to the nature of the plaster curing process, you'll not want to add plaster or water in the mix at this time. Now that your plaster is ready, slowly pour the mix into the track, pouring it very slowly and careful not to disturb any of the details. Continue pouring until the entire track is filled and you have plenty of the surrounding area covered as well. Then let it sit. I like to wait at least an hour, if not longer, before I remove the cast. Plaster heats up as it sets, so you'll know it's ready if it's cooled down and feels solid. To remove the cast, be careful to pull it out of the ground. Plaster is fragile and can break under force. Brush off the sand and debris. You can also use water to clean the cast and expose the detail. There you go. Now you know how to cast a perfect track. Good luck out in the field.